Blue box. Is it a watch or a pass? And on what tier does it land on? Are you ready for a slice of life? You might just love Blue box. It's a high school romance between an ace basketball player, Chinatsu Kano, and an average badminton player, Taiki Inomata. Taiki practices badminton every morning in the school gym. Chinatsu also goes to that place early to practice basketball. Taiki is really attracted to Chinatsu. He's shy and awkward, but they manage to talk to each other when an opportunity arises. Taiki is all over the place when he's talking to Chinatsu, but somehow Chinatsu isn't bothered by that. They talk about basketball because Chinatsu is dedicated to getting good so she can make it to the nationals. Taiki is not that great with badminton, so he doesn't mention it that much. One day, Taiki finds out from his mom that Chinatsu is leaving the country. You see, Taiki's and Chinatsu's moms are close. Anyway, he rushes to Chinatsu to ask about it. To his relief, she clarifies that only her family is leaving. She's staying in Japan so she could reach the nationals. That makes Taiki feel great. The next day, Taiki wakes up to see that Chinatsu is in his house. Since her family is leaving, she'll be staying in Taiki's house with his family from now on. This is really terrifying and great at the same time for Taiki. He doesn't know what to feel about it, but he plans to have a relationship with Chinatsu someday, somehow. Blue box is a big contrast from those action-packed, over-the-top, gritty animes. Like when you're in an RPG, after all the battles, you find a place to rest and save. It's calm, and you have time to appreciate the world. Blue box feels that way. Sweet, sweet high school romance. We follow Taiki as he tries to survive this high school love story. Or at least to him, that's what it feels like. Man, you can really feel Taiki struggle through this. Every moment with Chinatsu feels like a battle to win. Every small gesture feels like a big deal and he overreacts, making something that really isn't a problem become a problem. He's really obsessed with her, and he's so worried about everything he does to not upset her. Feels like he's torturing himself if you ask me. Taiki really isn't confident in himself, but that's part of the journey, right? You find confidence as you keep going. He better find it soon because girls can sense insecurity a mile away. Although, curiously, it doesn't appear to bother Chinatsu. Curious indeed. Chinatsu appears to be a genuinely kind-hearted person who is very friendly to Taiki. Sometimes you're sure she's into him. Other times you might think she's just accommodating and approachable. Either way, Taiki is madly in love with her. So much so that he sets his sights on joining the badminton nationals to impress her. So, as I mentioned, Chinatsu is a star in their school when it comes to basketball. She's really popular, even outside of school. Guys flock to see her play. And Taiki is just a regular badminton player. To him, she's out of his league. So you can see where the insecurity is coming from. Whatever is going on in Taiki's head, in real life, he's actually a guy that ladies dig. There's this other girl, Hina. She's Taiki's friend and she likes to tease him. She's also an ace, but in gymnastics. Hina actually tries to help out Taiki with Chinatsu, but it's not just friendship I'm sensing there. So, who's it gonna be? Chinatsu or Hina? I know, this all sounds like the usual love triangle story, but with sports. Well, it's not just the story. It's also how that story is presented. And it's really done well here, I gotta say. You might think this is a boring anime. No action, no insane revelations, no twisted villain out for revenge. Yup. Even without those elements, there's not a dull moment in the show. For every episode, you're engaged from start to end. That's the power of character development, as well as plot development. We have a few main characters, but we're intrigued with what happens to them because we care about them. We want them to be happy, so we join them in their struggles to get to that goal. It's the slice of life. I need to mention the music. It really adds to the atmosphere of heartfelt romance. Sometimes you can also feel some form of tragedy for Taiki when the music plays, but mostly when Taiki and Chinatsu are together. It's calming, peaceful, and serene, almost like you can feel their moment. Back to the story. You'll notice that Taiki is actually a catch. He's the only one who doesn't see it. As I mentioned, Taiki is not a confident guy. Just seeing Chinatsu walking with another guy causes him to freak out. He overthinks all the time and is worried all the time. Someone needs to get it in his head that all he needs to do is calm down and take it easy. I guess that's his arc. Can't really have everything go smoothly from the start, otherwise there'd be no reason to watch the next episode. We need these flaws. There would be no tension and less interest without them. Something we can take away from this is that although we have things we worry about, if we sit back, we'll see that they're just parts of a bigger picture. That's not really bad. Taiki is getting better at badminton. Chinatsu is getting more comfortable with Taiki each passing day. What about Hina? So the whole experience of it all is actually amazing. Just like this anime. Who will Taiki end up with? Find out for yourselves. Because Blue Box is an A. It's so well made. An anime that pulls your heartstrings in the best possible way. It's a watch. What do you think? Have you seen it? Post your comments below. And thank you for watching.